Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim, here to give you a message, and it's a message that's not for all. It is definitely not, and it probably won't reach too many people. It's actually for the Selective Collective group. A new spirit guide came to me and gave me some information or gave me some downloads. And I got the idea that this spirit guide was for the Selective Collective. So, as well as my own, it's your guide too. But it's new. It's a very new energy. Funny energy, because when it came through to me, this song that I think this song is a commercial from way back when. It goes, any way you want it, that's the way you got it. Anyway, I don't know, maybe it was a car or something, but you know what I mean? And so I'm having one of those days today where that would definitely not be, something that I would come up with in my mind, and it definitely wouldn't be what I would think. So that got my attention, and then literally, the message, wow, you're actually listening to me, came up. There's like a humor of, oh my goodness, I'm being paid attention to, and then introducing themselves as a new spirit guide. In my mind's eye, this was like a man. If you want like some image here, it's a man with shaggy brown hair. I don't know, 30s to 40s maybe, and he seemed tan, like a very relaxed beach person, like person that would be at the beach. I don't know, just seemed like a very laid back looking person. Didn't give a name, but said this. So I'm gonna pass on the message to you. Okay, says this is a new spirit guide here. Says, I'm here because you think you are stuck, and we need to define the ego belief trap here for you. The truth is, the only way that you are stuck or from not getting what you're wanting the way you want it is because we're paralyzed by our own fears. It's actually a fear of succeeding. So, goes on to say, like as if we're thinking this, right? What if I try everything I know to be, quote, correct and still fail? Or even worse, what if I get further behind? And that was a statement made to highlight a belief. Okay, so the belief that was highlighted by me even being able to say that was, it says you have equated in your mind total self-acceptance and being whole with success. And so it says, do you see the problem in that belief? Do you see the problem that you've created for yourself? With that thought, when you're not where you want to be in any area of your life, that belief will leave you feeling fragmented and not whole. And then in that essence, in that moment, then you're not working with the full soul power that you actually have available to you. These are commonly, I think he's talking about commonly these unconscious beliefs we don't necessarily realize, like we would want to change, but they creep back up as showing proof of it, right? And that's what fear does anyway, is it will show proof to you. Like, oh, I am something to fear because of this, right? But we already know what the fear is. The fear is created by us. So it says it will leave you fragmented and not feeling whole. So back to the belief, self-love, total acceptance, as long as it's proportionate to some sort of success. Success to some in different areas, work, money, beauty, even spiritual growth. All these things are actually the ego's belief traps. that the ego has manufactured. Undoubtedly, he's talking about other things that have also set these programs into place. Okay, so what he says, so these things are so deeply rooted in us that it is tough. It is a tough one, this belief. It is a tough one to rewire, but it can be done. And then it says more to come. So I found that very, very interesting. And we'll pull some cards now to whatever that I feel pulled to card-wise. But yeah. So I'm guessing, and I'll probably make this maybe a little series here with this specific guide of guiding us more and more to embody our wholeness, even when fears are trying to prove to us otherwise. That's what I think that this is going to be a series about. Yeah. So, all right. Let's just pull from some different decks that I don't always use. Yeah, and it goes on to say the soul is always whole. The human body or the human construct has been broken, is broken. We can restore it. It can be restored. Yeah, it can be restored. We can learn. We can. I definitely think the hollow bone here is about us as divine beings, as divine creators here in this realm. Our ability, it's not, I think we don't really have a problem with love here, like as far as with us in this selective collective. I'm pretty sure you know about love and you know that it connects all things. However, the belief in fear is what needs to be broken down, right? Any kind of fear. So that is the process where, yeah, we can learn. And then I just feel like this is also associated with the new earth. And, because I think I'm not talking for everybody in the whole world, but I do think like, I don't think that us as a group need to learn how to love more. It's not about that. It's about how to release the fear. I know I'm saying that again. I'm just repeating that, but that's just what I keep getting, is that this is going to be a lesson in releasing that falsehood, changing the beliefs. And it has been an interest of mine anyway for a very long time of how to rewire the belief system, but I don't want to do it with a therapist one-on-one or even get advice from someone who's been through it. Like I want an individual experience, as I know that you're going to have an individual experience, because I don't think it's going to be about just following steps. I think it's going to be really individual for every person on how that's going to be done, or how we're going to be able to do it. Yeah, mending things, repairing the veil, forgiveness. And a lot of that is like forgiving. Look how it's kind of similar, these two lines. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Repairing the veil. I'm just picking up soul restoration, self-forgiveness, Even self-forgiveness is going to be based on some sort of set of beliefs, though, that you have about what needs to be forgiven. So that's another thing. That's going to be another thing, I think. Whoa. Many mask the authentic self. Ooh. So these are the many, just talking about the many masks that you wear throughout your life, the many different roles that you play. But then it feels like it's just getting, it's like I'm just saying the mask fall away, all of the masking, all of it falling away, and then that's the authentic self. It's so interesting to think that most of the things that we, the reason, being why they tell you to drop like all labels and anything that you've defined yourself with is because those are constructs, and those are things that are part of the old programming or the old way of fitting something into a certain box. Not exactly what your soul is craving. Your soul would be craving to be, I am that I am, right? Maybe enjoying or experiencing many different things, but not having to be confined. So that is but that's the process there of where it happens. And some people are kind of forced into it. They say, well, this is an awakening that happened to me because of this big event. And surely I've come to think that these big events that happen in our lives that take away or strip us of what we're defining ourselves with, they probably trigger an awakening, or at least part of it. I definitely think it's something that happens progressively, many different, maybe small awakenings along the way, maybe some bigger. But even that process that you call awakening is just that. It is just another label and another process to be like the lotus and have completion, all right? Self-actualization. If you actualized the self, I think it would be about coming to the soul, coming back to the soul. It'd be about the shedding of the self, actually. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that you were sent here to do from your line of ancestors. You're going to be feeling really good. You'll be feeling on the top. There's protection with this card, with this lay of the land. I'm getting protection. The only thing that could possibly like derail what is actually meant for you would be our own belief systems and our own things that we are responsible for. Because they're saying that you have been raised to a certain level already by your ancestors, and you're here to do this thing. You're here to do something pretty major. So it says you've been given the lay of the land with ancestral wisdom. And I would think that that's something too that's like built into you, into your DNA, this wisdom. Okay. Radical acceptance, beloved. Yeah, I like that. Opportunity here with cat or pillar opportunity. For you to find yourself. Oh, Yeah, okay, so this is an interesting card. Falling Angel, spiritual narcolepsy. And it's coming out right underneath this authentic self, right? So the falling angel here is you forgetting exactly who you are and how powerful you are. I would say earth angel, or the term earth angel would apply here. That you've worn many masks, but there is some sort of I don't even want to say it's tied to a mission. It's more tied to like your spiritual self, or your soul is part of the, like, this, the self-acceptance and the bringing it all in. It's like you forgot who you were. We've worn masks, or we've worn all these other labels, all these other positions that we've had in life. We've gone through so many human things that's exactly what we're identifying with. And honestly, this fear virus is what a lot of humans have been identifying with and molding their belief systems around. And in a sense, you probably have a lot of people walking around that have forgotten exactly who they are. So this is going to be about finding that. Realizing that it just had to be accepted all along. Choices. Feast of Plenty. Choices. And the Winter's Dream. Gestation period. Repairing the veil. I'm saying just underneath that repairing the veil, I'm just picking up soul restoration again. Feeling good, feeling comfortable. Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. And learning from them. Oh, wow. Fortune's Wheel is on the bottom, but I think they may be saying that there's a significant healing period that's already been here, or that you've already gone through some sort of gestation period, or some sort of deep, deep healing. And the farther gate, bold step forward, it definitely looks like it goes underneath this falling angel and the many masks, the authentic self. A bold step forward. Now it's time for something new. Yeah, something more peaceful. Mindful, groupthink. Yeah, something new. That's what I think. That they have been having you kind of rest up or repair yourself because there's something new here. First breath, beginner's mind. Mindful, groupthink. Be about the collective. Interesting. So this card is pointing out that you have the unmarked trail is saying revelation, or your truth, right? A truth of some sort. It's like realizing that right now there's a very big opportunity for you. It involves that soul restoration that I was talking about, which I feel like is going to go hand in hand with self-acceptance completely and love for self. And then the rewiring of belief systems on a very massive level too. I think there's going to be a lot of people rewiring their belief systems. So first breath is get ready for something kind of new. And mindful groupthink. Here's the thing that might be new is all of that fear virus, all of those beliefs that it was programmed, like you had to believe in certain things for their matrix to work. You had to believe in certain things, all right? And when these things are being broken or they're not working at all anymore, then there's certain groups that are like feeling that loss of control or power. And this is the new earth. This is what's being made at this time. And they're showing me this divine matrix right now of, in my mind's eye, they're showing me a divine matrix. And the work that you are going to do, rewiring even the most basic belief, is going to be creating the divine matrix. Because we're going to leave fear out and we're not going to incorporate it into it. And it's a beautiful thing. Like what I'm seeing is a beautiful thing. This is like this feels like it's another like a message I got a few days ago where it was like it's go time, like a mission's beginning. This is it. And once this starts happening, I have a feeling that manifestation abilities are going to come easier to you. There's going to be more trust in this identity of your divine self. Not just oh yeah, I know I'm divine. I know. Not just that. This is going to be a genuinely like love and accept all of this, honestly, work that you've come here and you've done. You're going to see true results in the world, too. Results of people enjoying their life more. Yeah. And so there's that switch, or that there's this trail that has to be made. It is the farther gate, but it's like, it's this thing that you're actually creating here. But remember, you have God's source creator, or whatever name you want to give that beautiful energy that creates all, that wants to see love and does want to see success, right? But what comes first is that remembrance. And so you may have had like little awakenings, bits and pieces of this information already, of course. But there's this a thought dynamic going on, or a thought. Okay. Almost like if you want to compare what we'll be looking at as an old world energy, it's like testing how can we mess with thoughts and then control, mess with that was the fear virus, and it was successful for them for a very long time and very detrimental to the spirits of the human beings that were here. And so this is why it's here, is why it's being created. It's to get back to remembrance. It's to get back to where it's not supposed to, like it was only hard or difficult because of what maybe ill intent plans were already prefab into this matrix. It's already here when this avatar was born in, but I can assure you, if you're here, then you're watching this and you've had many lives. And you're an old soul, and you may be from the angelic realm because of this energy coming through. So, yeah, a very important mission, even though you don't have to actually have the mission, because it's they just keep repeating it's a thought thing. It's a thought thing. That controls almost everything. It's a thought thing. I don't know. That's just what they're saying. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Powerful energy right now. Full moon. Right? It still is. Pretty much. Let's get a different deck. Oh yeah, this is the one I like to use for you all. The Oracle of Genetic Gifts. I like to use this one for you all because it does tell us a little bit about Ascension, maybe symptoms maybe that you're having. I feel like there's a lot of things physically happening right now too, like getting charged up or recharged. Maybe different types of light codes, activations. Something is supposed to pump you up, and I don't really know exactly what it is. I feel like it's tied to a celebration of some sort. Okay, so yeah, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what kind of celebration or what. I guess it'd be different, but for each. Clear gustance, clear tasting. Yeah, you're part of the group that is here to pioneer the divine matrix, to plug other people in. Excuse me, a burp, but you know what? That's usually confirmation. Usually that's confirmation. Not to mention I get really hot whenever I do this. Like sweaty hot. That's ridiculous. Star attunements for high spiritual healing, activation, ascension, and life mission. Yeah. Yeah, you have a light. So it's just meant to shine. But know that when you're doing that type of work where you're questioning, analyzing those beliefs, those core beliefs, that you're doing a lot of work for this divine grid, this divine matrix. You're doing a lot of work for it. You're like a neuron. Because I'm seeing like a brain with a bunch of the neurons, and every time like you do something or you have some sort of win in your own life when it comes to this reprogramming or rewiring, you're sending out either new dendrites or new impulses, new signals. And then that in return allows other lights on Earth to connect to it. They're saying the more with this group, they're saying, yeah, you're part of that group of the power in numbers with the thought game. They keep saying that. Thought game is really important right now because of how big this is about what's being created. Okay, Instagram platform, spiritual aspirations and missions. Might just be talking about, I'm noticing the camera, it might be talking about documenting. Builder, what you're here to do, you're here to build on Earth. You might be a life path number 4, but I'm going to say it's the builder energy here for you. Oh, this is important. Oh, this is important. Psychic detective. Oh, that's very cool. Post-cognition. I love post-cognition. I love people that are able to do this. I think it's so cool for somebody to be able to pick up an object, look at a picture, or go into a house, and then they get pick up on the event that occurred in the past, through either a vision or a feeling, or whatever your ability is. Like, everybody has some sort of ability. You may have this in particular, and it's a very needed, necessary ability for your own intuition, but also it protects people. That ability would be able to protect people. Psychometry, telepathy, and dowsing. You may even be able to pick up on something, like if you're around somebody and they had done something to harm another person in their past, you may pick up on that and stay clear, or give somebody else advice to stay clear. Like a person, like you might be like, I don't know what it is. They didn't say anything, but I'm picking up that this is not a very good individual to trust yourself around, or something like that. You may be able to do that. Yeah, so claircognizant too with that. Ascension number 2. Associated with water. Very important to stay hydrated. Also, it is good for connection and communication with spirit. Prayer, manifestation, all kinds of things can be done in the shower very easily, because you're just so connected. At that point, we are mostly made of water as our composition. You can see it as an easy way for transmission of spirit to come through you. And also, there is the theory of the firmament, and basically water. It's a water-like substance. So, but the main thing with that card is about having a lot of different emotions and analyzing them, like a lot of different feelings and emotions coming to surface, coming through at this time. Yeah, another bird. Clairaudience. I don't know why I haven't talked about clairgustance. I'm not sure I get this. I don't think I've had this before. But clairgustance, like a taste that comes through. I don't know. I've never had it, but it's a taste that has no real reason for being in your mouth other than spirit has given it to you. Clairaudient, clear hearing. I've had that one before, and if the tone counts, then that's been going on for like 4 or 5 years. This very, at first it was like deafening. Even went to a doctor over it, but no real cause. Got used to it. It's just always there now. So, just got used to it. TV, news, media, spiritual purposes. It says a TV or news platform. And I also have a psychic medium here. Communication between spirit worlds. So you may be somebody who's really blessed with getting information easily from passed on loved ones, or different spirit guides, or different, just like there's so many different energies out there, right? You'd be able to pick up on these energies so easily. So maybe you could do something with that. Ascension number 6, chemical ether. Light quota in body is 33%. 33%. And then I got master number 33 is coming out too. Okay? So that's really, 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 really relevant here, that your chemicals are changing and shifting around, and you are allowing more light in. They're just saying this is a rough process for some, thus the need for exercise and eating as good as you can, because it's to help move out any kind of stagnant energies that had to be moved out of the physical body. It can cause aches and pains to resurface or reappear, but then they like quickly go away with this Ascension. So not saying not to go to a doctor, but if you have something but it feels like it's these things that get rotated into different areas of your body every time, and it's nothing that really sticks and stays, that may be what was needed, or the area around the chakra that is that around that area. But know that you are guided by your ascended masters. Number 33 is really important. It says the master teacher, ruling planet Neptune. And Neptune is all about things kind of being mysterious, cloudy, not really sure. It can also be associated with miracles, you know, and things like that too. So know that you are connected with some pretty powerful beings at this time. Okay. Well, let's get some from the 108 Oracle, and then I'm probably going to wrap it up. A little bit more lighthearted here, these. That I say lighthearted, look what card comes out. Pillory, open dishonor, humiliation, finding fault, punishment, abusive, shut down. What? Feeling vulnerable at this time. I've got to do tarot for that. I'm sorry. I've got to do something for that. Tell me about Pillory. It's going to change. It's going to change. The Knight of Swords. That energy is going to change. Where felt not only stuck in a certain place, but that there was maybe abuse or misuse also around. That's going to change. Or that's going to be part of the change. Yeah, you have good news coming in. 8 of Wands. The change will be fast and swift. This matrix was made to make you feel vulnerable. It was made. It was made for that. It wanted you in that position. So again, we have soul restoration here. Repairman. Repair, fine-tune, heal. Healing ourselves, fix. Proceed carefully, many working parts. I love this. Recover, skilled, make things right, restore, and upgraded. The worry. So I think they're saying not to worry too much or calm yourself. If you have some anxiety at this time or unease, that you will recover. Yeah, you will recover. There will be change. Hot air balloon. This is about balance, uplifting, and freedom. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it says it's about balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, to rise above, don't resist, a new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension, view, elevate, feeling good. Yeah. Boy, all of it's coming out, isn't it? Especially on media, or to do with media. This was, it was like having this corset energy is like having to fall in line, you know, shape shift into this certain way. Oh, by the way, we know you can't breathe really right now. It's made to like cinch you so that you'll fit in a certain role. That's what that card's talking about. What about the corset energy here? Or what would you like us to know about it? There's something here that's really going to be good. There is this energy here of again, with like control or over control of how you were thinking and how your belief systems were. you're going to break free, elevate from those energies, and the fairy tale is possible here. Believe the impossible. Daydreams, romantic ending, universal archetypes, hopeful, magic, unicorns and rainbows, aspire, happily ever after, fanciful stories we tell. And the bonfire card, enthusiasm, energy, heated, intense, joy, ignite, passion, ecstasy, exhilaration, spark, community, sharing ideas, getting things going, orgasm, that's just thrown in there, fanaticism, fever, and fierce. I knew that one was going to come out. I saw that one. Yeah, so I think that this is how this is about the old, or the matrix that's going out, or that will not be in control or power much anymore. They kind of wanted people to stay focused on what they wanted you to focus on. They were like the blinders, or the programming was. If they can control through ads, through celebrities, if they can control what you listen to, music-wise, if they can, anything that they could use to get into your head, they would, of where they wanted your attention, especially if it's linked to a product or something that they can make money off of, because there's a lot of greed that's tied into the old paradigm. They wanted people out of touch and to feel like victims. And guess what? Now we're having to break free from that and readjust our beliefs, because for such a long time, this was the reality. Yeah. So a lot of people also, you're gonna run into this, where a lot of people are gonna say that some things are okay and are acceptable when they're clearly not. But you'll have people that are adamant because they have some sort of belief that has literally gotten them so out of touch they can't see like up from down anymore, or right from wrong, and it almost leaves you wondering if some people have a heart, you know. So so that's another thing, is there's going to be people that are going to try to really hold on tightly to the old matrix. There's going to be people that hold on to a belief. They think something out of it is working for them. But I'm getting the message it's no longer going to be that way. So you should be thinking more about the day that you'll be able to untie or unbutton that corset and feel like, whew, it was all worth it. All of this was worth it. Because that moment is coming. I can't tell you exactly when. I can tell you that it's going to be, that it's long, and that this is frustrating. And that lots of people are going to go through depression, anxiety, and feel like cursing at divine timing. But the divine timing is also something that is intertwined with your beliefs. So I have to be careful about talking about divine timing like that with people, with just in readings and things like that. I have to be careful on how I say it, because I'm getting the feeling of instant manifestation as being a very big possibility here, or very mystical experiences, a mystical life. I'm getting the feeling that that is what's coming. Having it the way that you want it. Yeah, being more than just content with something, with life, being full of like this card, passion, excitement, because you're living in it. Like you'll be living in this golden divine matrix that you helped create. And I think the applause for when we're all done with this big show, I think we're going to have the biggest party waiting for us on the other side. Some of you all have come here and have tackled labels that made you feel like you had a mental illness. you've had to tackle abusive families, raised in abusive families, or in any kind of way. A lot, very common was emotional abuse. But you've been through the ringer, you know, and you did this. Like, you're sent here because you were the one that your ancestors knew could do it. Could actually lay down the grid that's new and complete it. So I know I sound like I am kind of like rambling at this point, but it's just really important to let you know how important you are as a soul being here. Don't count on the system that generally counts everyone out except for the one that they put on top. Don't count on that. But you can know that some miraculous changes are headed your way. You will experience something like that type of joy here on earth before it's said and done. Yeah, the bedroom. Woo. Sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, dream time, oasis, astral travel, and call it a day. They're saying that the convertible car here is saying there's a lot of different options for you to choose from too on your path or as you're here. And you should just enjoy the ride at this point. And it will get better. So that's what I have for you. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.